Oh, there we go. Oh. Sign up for the Supergiant mailing list. That's new. I don't remember those quotes being there. Okay. What do we got? We've got $100 bills. There's the Bear of Hope. Can't afford that one. It doesn't seem like you would have to upgrade that like crazy for that to be worth anything. Because if the Pyre always has 100 health, and you're doing 20 to 40 damage a hit, alright. Open the inventory. What do we got? 6 quickness. Right, that one, which I don't think I've noticed much of a 30% chance to instant raise. Get dollar bills for killing people. +3 presence, which is aura size. Yeah, I might upgrade that one. Oop. There we go. Okay. Commence the rite. You and your fellow exiles arrived at the sacred site called Glade of Lu, and now look to the stars in the sky to signal the beginning of the next rite. The great sap scholar Lu Sklorian here vanquished the root titan Limbless Azarek. The woods about you bring a sense of tranquility you've not felt in some time. Then you notice one of the trees move. It shuffles towards you, regardless, and regards you with an exaggerated bow. Well, goodness, by the roots of Lu Sklorian, it would appear the rumors are correct. The Nightwings have returned. Oh, but where are my manners? One moment. The sap claws at his mask with his wispy fingers. Much better. H. Manly Tenderstaff at your service. Perhaps you've heard of me. My fellows and myself. Perhaps you know us as the Chastity. We soon shall stand against you in the rites. For now, I am just whiling away the time, making small talk. Triumvirate bent on exploiting the rites to gain status in the Commonwealth, led by the sap H. Manly Tenderstaff. Now then, as I have introduced myself, your turns. To whom am I speaking? Then in your mind's eye you see Wolfred and hear his voice. Manly Tenderstaff is not to be trusted. Reveal neither yourselves to him nor me. Well? Beneath her mask, Jadariel stares back at him in silence. You suspect Wolfred's message may have reached every member of the group. Why, now how very rude indeed! Well, fine, ignore me, but do so at your own peril. Anyhow, once this evening's rite commences, any moment now, then I'm afraid ignoring me won't be an option any longer. Oh, and now I do believe the sky is beginning to show. We'll have a chat some other time. Now, come along, come along. Manly bows again and wanders off into a clearing as the stars begin to burn. Some banging tunes for tree people.
Once again, the stars align themselves before you, reader. And here now at the Glade of Liu, I have to say, you've come so very far.
Thanks, Squidward.
But there are those, such as your adversaries called the Chastity, who have toiled for this too. They know that with their freedom comes great opportunity.
These are some pretty cool backgrounds, I gotta say.
Please show the chastity that the Nightwings are superior.
Oh, I probably should remember how to play the game. I wonder, oh honored Nightwings, how well you know these woods. Why, these woods would strangle you, and I'm afraid I could do little to stop them even if I tried. You might do better to be aware of them. When Jadaro continues to ignore him, he grows upset. Why, you insolent... Then, fine, let us begin the dance indeed. He shoves his mask back on in a huff. And allow me to thank you in advance for helping me return to my proper station in the Commonwealth.
Now let us begin.
Okay. Do I choose my low-level characters or my high-level characters? Let's get Jody.
Joe Dariel.
Pam. Right. If you you can't. Jodariel and Pamitha refuse to cooperate.
Tizo.
And Rookie? I like using Rookie. What does he got? He does more damage and longer range, yeah. Sure.
Rookie. The choice is cast.
Let's shut this guy up already. Are you quite ready finally, O Nightwings? May all those masks of yours ensure no harm should come to any of your lovely countenances. Now, come along, come along. Let's give the stars a show. May I present to you Humboldt Manley Jr. Why, he is every bit my equal, and is poised to guarantee the tender stout line shall have a bright, bright future. He goes on and on about a sapling for a while. I have had more than enough of him. Tizo is in full agreement with this course of action and is eager to make Manley shut up for a while. Isn't he just the most precious thing you've ever seen? The sapling is nothing but an extension of Manley. If he's banished, the sapling should cease to trouble you as well.
Manley and his offspring hold no small degree of influence within the Commonwealth, Reader. There are many who would welcome his return, though none so much as he himself.
Yeah, let me see if I remember how to play the game.
The first dousing.
Alright. Oh ho, what's this? It seems the woods themselves are closing in upon our little soiree. But to be careful now, these grasping roots and vines. They may not hold you in such high esteem as I.
Your adversary Manley is comfortable in this suffocating glade. Yet he longs now for the comfort of his Commonwealth estate. Perhaps such wealth ought to be reserved instead for you. With grace.
Oh dear, the woods are closing in, uncomfortably close at that. Whatever shall we do? Perhaps if you stand aside a while, we could put an end to this that much sooner. Maybe Jody was a mistake.
Out with you all.
Burp, 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 burp.
Plunged into their pyre.
Just lumber on into the pyre. Almost as the 100 Minds himself resents you being here. Loose Glorian 100 Minds, third of the 8 scribes, the wise, the philosopher. So cease with all your scurrying about with that damned orb and let me handle this.
Down the flame.
Oh no! Go, Tizo, I believe in you. Ah! No. Oh, hey, don't get caught on the... Don't... Ooh, boy. Slippery controls. Oh, right. That throws the orb. Ooh. No.
Wherever did the Nightwings go?
Oh, no.
Was true, and thus your pyre wanes. Come south for Manly. Jodariel doused the adversary's blade.
5. Alright, you Nightwings, I've had it up to here with you. Or perhaps I've simply had it up to here with all these encroaching plants, these miserable things. Either way, I don't appreciate how you're ignoring me. Yeesh. My dude.
Yes.
You can't cast your aura when you've got the ball. Doesn't matter.
Done. Fine, yes, the Nightwings did prevail. 'Twas as though the scribes themselves stood by their side. The right is ended.
Good. That imbecile of a sap. So much talk in hot air. Tizo is fired up, having prevailed against Manly and the Chastity. Yeah, that's how we do it, people. Well, my. Oh, worry not, oh Nightwings. I'm not angry with you, honestly. I'm very, 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 very disappointed. I thought perhaps that we had something going here between us. You scratch my back, I scratch yours, and all. Instead, however, you decided to spit in my face. Fine. We'll see where all your rudeness gets you. Now, ta-ta.
Always is there greater knowledge to be gained.
Experience points.
Until the stars align.
That was well done, my boy. I am beginning to see why your companions vouched for you. Don't let it go to your head, of course. Thanks, Wolfred Sandalwood. That was his name. Sandalwood. After vanquishing the Chastity in a decisive victory, you return to your wagon to consider your next move. An adequate performance back there. Adequate? Yes, adequate. For the next part of our plan, go. You have your reader there, consult the stars. See where they take you next. I'll give you a hint. It's further north, but it's going to be high up. Did you hear this knight say... Did this knight hear you say high up? And it's going to be cold. We'll see. Come on, my friend. Let's have a look outside then. Plan Wolfred mentioned. I just want you to know I don't know what he means. We're here because we're going to be free again. We won't be living out our days as exiles. That's the only plan as far as I'm concerned. But there's always a catch, right? Well, we'll see what Wolfred has to say. Anyways, I'll leave you to it. No matter what, we're getting closer, thanks to you. That's where we are. Solium, the Golden Star. That seems very final. How big it is. Now you see it for yourself. You are summoned to the north, where looms Mount Aladiel. Aladiel. And at the very top, the fall of Solium. You confirm the stars are indicated this exactly. Wolfred, sir, how did you know? Wolfred smiles back at him, but you sense his thoughts, although as though he is directing them at you.
Can read, my boy. Forbidden, though.
actual dialogue. He turns back to Hedwig. Your reader's skills, while rare, are not unique, but as I said, I'll let him do the job. I see that you have something special going here, which benefits the plan. What plan? I thought this was about our freedom. Oh, fear not, my boy. It is indeed. Plenty of time to tell you all about it on the way. For now, however, you look like you could use some rest. And for that matter, so can I. You'll excuse me. You sense your companions are exhausted from their recent travels. Given the road ahead, you agree it would be best to take the night to recover as much as possible. Alright. At dawn, Volfred is already up. He reveals to you a pathway through the woods into the cold lands in the north, beyond which lies your next destination. Sklorian Shore. Spooky. It's the ice level. As you get clear of the woods at last, you arrive in the lands grown cold in the shadow of Mount Alodiel. You'll have to make your way to the top. In a moment of respite, Volfred calls everyone together, discussing matters pertaining to the rites and the plan to which he alluded. You banded together with a common faith that freedom from the downside is not impossible. Am I correct? But let me ask you something. What does freedom even mean to you? He looks in your direction and asks, defying you to answer. You cannot sense his own thoughts on the subject, and only know the truth of how you feel. What does freedom mean to you? Doing what you want, achieving inner peace, having no master, going where you please, feel true love, living without fear, nothing at all, or remain silent. Freedom means not being forced into responding to such questions. Gee. All of these? You tell Volfred that freedom means not having to answer to anyone, and going through life beholden only to one's own will. He considers your remarks for a short while. Perhaps you led a troubled childhood, my boy, for all of us at one time or another have to answer to someone with more wisdom in the world than we. Though you make reference to the kind of authority which governs the Commonwealth we know, which sent us down the river into exile. Would you be free if you were ruled beneath those bylaws once again? He then turns his attention to the whole group. Now let me tell you all what freedom means to me. Freedom means to live life without fear. To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions, at least the ones that cause no harm to others, without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Freedom means not being made a criminal for what you know, or whom you love, or what you choose to think or not think. So he says he's just all of them. He looks out toward the distant mountains. Within the next few days, your time in exile could come to an end. You could see the Commonwealth once more. And you would be exalted there, given the highest honor, the opposite of how you got here. But you would not be truly free, I think. At the least, you would become complicit to an ancient system that would disdain to cast down others such as you. It is a system whose well-intentioned founding principles have been long been lost, and the 8 scribes, if they are out there still, have made it quite clear that they shall not intervene firsthand. That is where you come in. He turns to you and everyone again, looking to each of you. Long have I wished to gather a group, such a group, that together you might see that seeking freedom only for yourselves is too modest of a goal. You share a higher calling now. The plan, then, is this. We free each other from the downside through the rites, then we meet up on the other side. We organize. Each new moon at dusk, we join together at the Spiral Sanctum. We need as many of us as possible. My agents on the other side shall explain the rest. We're planning a revolt. Just so. I am asking a lot. You do have other options. Deceit, however, is not one of them. the reader and myself. You know by now that we can see through it. But you need not be a part of this, nor is it my interest to coerce you. You may go your own way if you wish. Live out your remaining days here, like so many others. So, if anyone among you prefers that, cannot see yourself continue to strive together in the Commonwealth, as you are doing here, then speak now. Wolford pauses for a time, examining each member of the group. No one stirs. Very good. Some of you consider yourselves friends, some others not, but all of you are bound together through the rites and are integral to our plan. Remember that. Hello, Snow. You can go your away, go your away. Okay. You seek true freedom. You will not find it waiting for you in the Commonwealth, but together you can bring it about, both for yourselves and others. That is my promise. He then lets out a long breath. That's it. I ask all of you to think on this. Let's reconvene along our journey to the summit. Wolford turns toward the mountains, leaving you to consider what he said and plot the wagon's northward path. Well, I guess our option is Mur Pass. Beyond lies Mount Elodial. I suggest we make camp here at the base of the mountain, where we shall need our spirits and our strength to make the ascent. Preston Garvey breathes heavily. The Commonwealth. I sense my lovely reader has returned. Then how may I assist you? Scribe trial. Oh, that can be arranged. You need but name for me the one you have in mind. Tizo. Imp time. You ask Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Tizo. I dare think I remember something of that imp. He certainly stood forth out of all his ilk. Although, that's not really saying much. Well, bring him forth. Tizo soon appears in heat of the summons. Tizo seems prepared for whatever lies ahead. Imps such as Tizo can explode. The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, imp. You answer to me here. Tizo indicates his understanding and is prepared to begin Sandra's trial. You know the formalities, of course. Show me, then, what you have learned thus far about the rites. Here, in this trial, it shall be just you, my beyonders, and your lovely reader. Let us now see how you fare. 3 dudes. Ball. Be fast. Oh, those are walls. Go, little imp. Whoop, whoop. Out. Jeez. Gotta play around, gotta kill the guys. Not get killed. Not walk straight into the enemy's bullets. Oh, come on. Oh, well, no, that's game. Dagnabbit. Tizo is frustrated at having failed Sandra's challenge. Come now, Imp, the test is not meant to be easy, even for the likes of you. I would tell you not to waste any more of my time, but then my time is here for you to waste, so try again, now or whenever you choose. Yes, we could do better. Alright. Just gotta play Trixie and not get caught on walls. Juke him. Oh. No, jump, you fool. You fool imp. Oh. I got that guy, I swears. Okay. Jump, you little imp. Jump. Tizo's excited to have completed Sandra's challenge and awaits her approval. A worthwhile effort, Imp. Your performance was sufficient. You passed my test. Your predecessor may well have approved. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Alright, what's the prize? What cool charm do I get? Tizo is happy to be back and wonders what it is Sandra has granted you. You take a closer look at the new artifact in your possession. Haub's Wing. Tizo's Flutter and Zip cost less stamina. Ooh. I like that. Hey, Wolford. There you are, my boy. There is something which I wanted to discuss with you in private. Wolford stares at you rather intently, as if reaching out to you, and then... You do not know what it means to be a reader. Those such as we. We are not limited to reading pages from a book. Though your ability is, in this, I sense, is nascent still, mere flashes, uncontrollable. I see as well now. They haven't told you yet. Your friends. That explains a lot. They haven't told you readers such as you cannot go free. I had wondered why you would insist on pressing onward with this group in light of this. The answer then was plain. You simply did not know or fully realize. They did not deceive you, by the way. There is no reason they would know themselves other than Tarek, the minstrel, who shall not influence your thinking in such matters. Rather, I had expected when we first met that you already knew the truth from this, having read the passage in the Book of Rites, which states it plain. Only those who shall conduct the rites firsthand shall walk the path toward enlightenment, and become eligible to regain their freedom. Perhaps you have not gotten to that part just yet. Wolford breaks free of you, and looks at you again, and speaks to you as normal. It is plain you are not in adequate condition to conduct the rites in this group, and this group values you as reader. I wish only to ensure you that you understand what you are getting into here. Despite whatever hopes and dreams and promises might have been shared, I do not think the rites can help you to return, if that is what you had in mind. So once again I invite you to depart, and I will see that you are compensated. Do not misunderstand. If it is your wish to remain, then you are welcome. But this journey we are on, it has no guarantees, not for you nor any one of us. Do you understand? Wilfred indicates the reader can't go free. Oh, take the super passive aggressive route. No, yeah, I get it. You understand the words of warning, yet just the same, you choose to carry on. There is more that you wish to achieve on this journey than freedom for yourself. I admire that, my boy. Then very well. Know that we have much at stake here in this, anyway. Much more than a shot at going back to the Commonwealth, which cast us down here to begin with. Sounds like you intend to stick around, then. Well, we'll have lots more time to chat as we ascend the Sacred Mountain in the coming days. Until then. He strides out of the wagon, leaving you with your thoughts. Take a drink from the moonshine. Woo! Alright, and then discuss the plan. Earlier, Volfred called for a group meeting, presumably to reveal his plan in more detail. Instead, he reveals some bad news. Wait, what are you saying? What I'm saying, boy, is that while you can indeed get yourselves out of here, it can't be all of you at once. We are on our way back, one by one, or not at all. But I swore that we'd go free together. We may go free together yet, but it's going to take some time. And this is only the first phase. You, Hedwyn, and the others exchange glances. Let me make this plainer for you still. Here is how the coming days are going to unfold. First, we're going to ascend Mount Alodiel, there to the north. You may not think this wagon's fit for it, though rest assured it's made the journey many times. Next, we'll pass through Scribe's Gate. Only the worthy pass through there, as your reader could attest, if you did not merely skim that chapter of the book. Yeah, I haven't unlocked the pages, my dude. Afterwards, we'll reach the Fall of Solium and meet your adversaries in the rites. They are to be the Tempers, led by the demon Ignarius. You'll know him when you see him. Both you and they shall choose somebody from your respective ranks. Then, once one of the triumvirates prevails, their somebody will be whisked home to the Commonwealth. Whisked home? The Commonwealth? Precisely. Once returned, our somebody is taken in, clothed, and fully pardoned. The Commonwealth knows all about this. The same Commonwealth that says a sentence into exile is forever and freedom from the downside is impossible. Many of these details the scribes themselves wish to be kept secrets. Former exiles and leaders of the Commonwealth alike have good incentive to protect those secrets well. So then that's it. We climb the mountain, someone goes back, and everyone else stays. For most of those participating in the rites, yes, that's it. But I like your connotation, and indeed, for us, that isn't it at all. If one of us returns, it's just a step along our path. However, let's let that sit for now. Gather your strength, and we'll talk again on our way up. Wolfred leaves the rest of you to consider what he said. You have time for your vocations. At dawn, you begin your ascent of Mount Alodiel. Money, experience, buffs. Who needs experience points? Harpy is still level 1. Let's get a buff. You excuse yourselves from the others to read the Book of Rites and its mysteries. Through greater understanding comes the reader's influence. What do you do? Aura size, move speed, respawn time. Aura size. The texture of the pages of the books, the foreign bindings. Despite the volume's age, it shows so little sign of wear. At times the power emanating from it also almost overwhelms you. Inspiration comes to you in a flash. Whether from the book or from within, you cannot tell. Tenacity. Up we go. Is this game gonna make me play through it like 8 times? Here before you lies Mount Alodiel, stretching far beyond your line of sight. Somewhere upon this mountain lies the only place which you can escape the downside. Your companions gather around Wolfrid, who stands tall as ever, whether from the cold air or the subject now at hand. You sense a tension in the air. Now then, you all have many questions, no? I've done a lot of talking, so go on, ask away. There is only silence. One question stands out in your mind, which you refrain from asking yet. If only one of you is to go free at first, who shall it be? Go on now, don't be shy. Who first? Questions. Why us? Why you indeed, madam. That I can explain. You've seen the sort you stand against at adversaries in the rights. What is it they want? What is it that they want, do you suppose? They want their freedom back, of course. They'll settle it for the Commonwealth's own terms. Settle for it on the Commonwealth's own terms. They'll gain their freedom, some cushy new responsibilities. Then, perhaps, they'll have a hand in sending still more exiles here to join us. Think on it. The Commonwealth rose from the ashes of a fallen empire thanks to the efforts of the first exiles who escaped this place via the rights. It is the Commonwealth's first and proudest tradition to honor those ones who live to redeem their transgressions. They have a certain wisdom, do they not? But as for you, I have been looking for a certain set of dispositions for a good length of time. All I needed was for somebody appropriate to show up and to listen. So I planted many little eyes and ears throughout the land, whispering hints of this, absurd as it may sound, took someone with a certain faith and creativity to go for it. That someone proved to be Hedwyn over there. He was tasked with seeking 2 trustworthy allies, an old buried wagon, and a reader. He was invited to bring others for the ride, all different sorts, gather enough help, and he and his friends could be free. Long story, but you know much of the rest. So then, why you? It's because I have reason to believe you're not the sort to play right back into the Commonwealth's old hand. The rights, as you've seen, are quite exclusive. You are imposters in this little party. You could be the ones to break it up. Now then, more questions. Your head is beginning to spin. You can excuse yourself or keep listening. I'm gonna keep listening. Wolfrid's explanations are a lot to take in, but you feel compelled to absorb as much as he is willing to tell you at this point. He prompts for further questions when Jadario raises her voice again. Bold, you mistook my meaning. I understand your plan. Still, I wish to know why us? Why are we, among all others, chosen for this liberation rite? I see. Well, that is what's simple, really, madam. You are chosen, you are qualified, I should say, because, as the expression goes, 'tis what the scribes ordain. Though, in this case, the expression is literally quite true. When the 8 created the rites, each one of them anointed certain other exiles to participate on their behalf, exiles who showed some promise of redemption. Triumvirates they formed have stood the test of time, replenishing their numbers and as individuals moved on or passed on. You've met them as they are today, the accusers, the withdrawn, so on. The 8 scribes also formed a special group against which all others would be judged. That group is called the Nightwings. You bear their books, wear their masks and raiments. You need but show up to the rites, you see. The others erstwhile jockey for position for a chance to take you on. Yeah, well, what if we don't? What if we don't show up? Then you deny yourselves a chance at freedom. And deny it, also, to your adversaries. Victory means nothing in a common right, then. Participation is all that matters. Not so, madam. Only the enlightened may regain their freedom. While failure can be an excellent teacher, the scribes do favor the victor. So, you see, those who do not conduct the rites or do not prevail in them sufficiently, they may find themselves barred from the liberation rites, but these are technicalities. The Nightwings disbanded years ago. Since then, no one has gone free. Yet the other triumvirates pressed on with fleeting hope that one day you'd be back. It's been a heavy price to pay in all this. Now, if you'll excuse me, we'll talk some other time. Some murmur to themselves about all this as Wolfrid takes his leave. Others reconnoiter pathways leading up the mountain and present you with some options. The Emperor's Ascent believes the 8 scribes will bless us. The Emperor's Fall, Pamitha thinks there's money. I do need money. Join Pamitha on a brief expedition to find anything value dropped by those who tried to scale the mountain but did not succeed. Wait, I shall be joining you. What now? I get 2 chaperones? But sure, I'm game, whatever you wingless are into. You silent little bird, and fetch those trinkets and be done. My, so full of bitterness. You really ought to make the most of these last precious moments that we share. And you ought not to mince your words. Oh, please. We all know you're going to be the first one out of here, so why not quit your constant frowning for a change? I, the first one out of here? Of course. It's plain the others pity you. You've been here longer than the rest of us by far. But maybe that Wolfred. Besides maybe that Wolfred, though he seems plenty happy here, making his speeches. How dare you? How dare you presume? Nothing is decided as of yet. Oh, no doubt, no doubt. Though, if by some coincidence you do end up selected for the honor, I just want you to know something. I truly, from the bottom of my heart, do hope we shall prevail on your behalf. Because that way, you'll be free, of me at least, and in turn, I shan't have to suffer any longer your hideous attitude towards me and everything. At that, you intervene. Jodariel's eyes burn with fury, but then she calms herself. I shall see you at the wagon, reader. Pamitha scoffs as Jodariel storms off. I swear, that one. Well, moving on. There's some sparkling down there. Be right back. She swoops out of sight, leaving you alone there on the mountain. Pamitha soon returned something that lay long forgotten on the rocks below. A fairy spirit. After a bearer banishes an adversary, spawn a moon drop, which grants infinite stamina. Or I can sell it for $35. Gilman wants to see the water, and Hedwyn would like to see the view. Let's cheer Hedwyn up. I think we need to get to know our buddy Hedwyn better. You and Hedwyn walk in silence for some time as he conducts a customary survey of the area. Well, my friends, no sign of howlers, as Jody would say. No sign of anything at all. You sense something is troubling him. Oh, it's just... I've just been giving lots of thought to everything Wolfred's told us. And in another couple days, one of us may be gone all of a sudden. Or, I don't mean to put it that way. One of us could go free. We earn our way back one by one, as he said. If you want to know something, the others and I, we talked it over, and when the time comes, we want you to decide. Decide who gets to go, if anyone. This might all be a part of Wolfred's plan, but we got here thanks to you, and even though I'm worrying right now about us splitting up, I guess if Wolfred has his way, all of us will meet up on the other side. And won't that be a day? Worst case, we keep failing the rights, and we stuck down here together just like this. The two of you walk on in silence for a time. When at last you return to the wagon, Hedwyn turns to you again. Thanks for the company. I think I'm better now. Hope likewise for the best. Experience points! Also, we're supposed to get to enlightenment. To win? No, certainly they won't make me be level 5 to continue on. You and your companions gather at Scribe's Gate, where the single narrow trail to the summit narrows even more and falls under an archway carved of stone. Come along now, everyone, and be prepared to speak your mind when you are called. Frankly, most of you still lack enlightenment, but we may pass together, much as how we act with a single heart and mind during the rites. Well then, lead onward, Tarek. Please, follow me. Removing his hat, the lone minstrel approaches the gate. You and all the others follow. When the last of your companions nears the arch, you notice something standing high above, who then appears before you. She eyes the lone minstrel first. Is that you, Tarek? It is. Greetings, Celeste. Ah, and how was your rest? Too long, Celeste. It seems your work has piled up in the meantime. You bring this many to the gate. Aye? Then, let us make this quick. She gestures toward the rest of you. Now, each of you, in turn, state who you are and what you seek whilst crossing Scribe's Gate. Do as she says, please, without questioning. Your exiles exchange glances but quickly comply. I'll start. They call me Headwind the Deserter. I've come here seeking freedom for myself and my companions. In my case, so I can return to be with the one whom I love. The woman bids him forward. The lone minstrel prompts Ruki to speak up next. Hey, I'm regarded by the name Ruki Greentail. I just want to get out of here, I guess, with my chums preferably. Go see Mama back home. I am Captain Jodario. I do not truly know as yet what I am seeking here. Oh, my name is Lei, and I am here, I think, because the scribes have called to me. It must be them, because if not, then who? Tizo seeks to live up to the Nightwing's legacy, and maybe see the Commonwealth someday. Sir Gilman of the Sea Dominion, at your service. This knight is on a quest to find his honor. He lost it at a certain point. Pamatha Thane. I'm only here because my sister's here. Then, as Wolfred steps forward, the one called Celeste raises her voice. You. I recognize you from the Nightwings of the past. You are not clad in the raiments any longer. I would know why. I had my chance already. The Nightwings that now stand before you, I travel with them as a pilgrim now. I see. Then state why you are here, as have the others. My name is Wolfred Sandalwood. I seek liberty for each of us, so that one day we might all stand shoulder to shoulder on the other side and bring freedom to the people there. She waves him by. Then she turns to you, for there is no one left to go. State who you are to traverse Scribe's Gate. I don't know. You cannot, for the life of you, recall a time before arriving in the downside. Details of the Commonwealth are scarce within your mind. Perhaps you wanted to forget the place. The one called Celeste continues to examine you, expecting to add to your response. What do you truly seek? The companions you have met here who have helped you to survive, and to find kinship in the downside, your priority is to ensure that they achieve their goals. That is all you wish for now. The woman regards you for a time, then nods once and waves all of you by. The 8 scribes bid the Nightwings welcome here. Go forth with glory. And Tarek, I, Celeste, be on your way as well. The lone minstrel bows his head, puts his hat back. He does not look back at her. We go into the big book in the sky. From the top of Mount Elodial, you can see the distant downside before you. You think the many thousand leagues you cross to reach this point as the sky grows dim. Page revealed. Hey, Jody. Jodario appears to be prepared for whatever is to come this night. Though it is not yet dark, she is already in her raiments. Headwind soon joins her, also looking ready. Any signs of Ruki? None as yet. Complained about chafing at the collar of his mask. Her freedom might be hinging on that collar, then. I'm certain that it is. They share a laugh together. The three of you exchange glances, but nothing is said, or needs to be said. Soon, if Wolfred is to be believed, one of your companions may regain his or her freedom. Hey, what'd I miss? Am I late? Is it starting yet? Is it starting? Easy, Rookie. We've got a little time. It isn't starting yet. How fare you your struggles with your mask, Greentail? Feeling a lot better, thanks. Just had to smash it repeatedly against the wall for a bit. Put some of the old nerves to bed there for good measure. Oh, this is really happening, huh? One of us might be getting out of here, like, soon. By dawn, in fact, if all goes well. If all goes well? Well, that's one way to look at it, I guess. What are you getting at, Greentail? Well, it's just... we might be breaking up the band here, people. If one of us gets out, that's been bugging me for a while now. Oh, I thought we were all here to be getting out here at once. He shoots a look at you. Some of us might not be getting out of here at all. Edwin slams his fist against the wall. No, not if I can help it. We made a promise to each other, each of us, the 4 of us. We're all getting out of here. I care about the others too. But we've been here from the start. I want you to know, my promise is to you. I believe you'll do the same for me. So it's like this. If any one of us gets out, great, but it's just a start. We're going to do whatever it takes there on the other side to make sure the rest of us can get back too. You think they're gonna build a bridge down here if we ask nice or something? I don't know what it's going to take. I just know we have to try. Jodariel turns to you. Reader, we shall find a way. She nods to reassure you and to reassure herself. Ruki nods his head in turn, and Hedwyn's gaze never once falters. Well, my friends, I think it's just about time. Let's go. One by one they turn towards the door. The fall of Solium awaits, a vital step in your quest for freedom, that you feel in your heart it shall only be the first. Your three companions gain hope! Steal yourself in turn. What is this? Oh, just a keepsake. Alright, lore. The mercy shown in the words of Golathanian, the Master General. The imp Haub and I, we helped to save my emperor, and when the danger did subside, my emperor, Solium Mur, he said something to me, which shook me to the essence of my being. He said, you gave your freedom, Master Golathanian, so that I may have mine. You, too, now are an exile of the downside. In all the days which I have left, I could never repay the mercy you have shown me. So, if I cannot do so in this life, then I shall do it in the next. We crossed the land together, and together with the imp, we gained the company of those who saw in him what I did. Now, like, all of these tabs make me feel like I'm gonna have to play through the game 8 times to get the full story. What's in my bag? The Fairy Spirit, Contract, Solium's Horn. I really like having Jodariel with a ton of quickness, though. Hey, Sandra. What you got on your mind? Let me ask you something, lovely reader. Have you any idea for how long I have been imprisoned here? But... bleh. 1,000 years. You guess that Sandra could have been in her current state of exile well before the dawn of the current age. At first, she shows no sign of indication that she even heard you. Close. Soon enough, I shall be getting there. I have been imprisoned thus for 837 years. According to my count, at least, it's possible I've lost track. Although, given my state, I can assure you, I've had ample time to verify my arithmetic. She goes silent for a time. Let me give you some advice. If you decide to kill the Emperor, make sure you achieve what you set out to do. I expected my own death, regardless of the outcome of my task. I was not expecting this, certainly not to be telling you about it 837 years later, or however long it's been. Although, enough of that for now. Let's get back to business. Bye, Sandra. You're my favorite. Alright, Falcon Ron. Hey guys, just so you're aware and all. I know you come here, how you made it all the way up here. Oh, I know all right. Yeah, here, 'cause I got the lowest prices and all the downside, am I right? Some of the new stuff I got in stock, you're gonna get a lot of value here, an awful lot. Ah. Unlearn any masteries once. Well, I can spend my cash money on more upgrades for talismans. I don't want to use this. I don't really need the scribe snuff. But I suppose if my hunch is correct, and the game's gonna make me play it like 20 times. What level is this? 8. So if I plus it to 2, it's 300. How does that? Plus 3%? Yeah, 3% per level. Tizo, how does this level? Ooh. Yes. Upgrade that one. How does this up? Oh, can't upgrade that one. This is just a 1-to-1, yes. Appreciate you doing business. You guys be sure to tell your friends, okay? Alright, well, liberation, right? Only good things can come from this. Yeah, we'll level up Ruki's thing there. It's a 5% per level, yeah. And this won't do anything until it gets to like rank 20. Headwind, hold on to that. %3 per level there, but I don't want to use that. Alright, whatever. Commence the right. Is everyone prepared, Headwind? Yes, though several of us have another question that's been troubling us. You need but ask. You said one of us is going to return to the Commonwealth if we defeat the Tempers and the Rights this night. What happens if we fail? Headwind, my boy, don't you see? The path to freedom and the path to enlightenment are one and the same. Do you intend to stray from the path? No. Then you have nothing to fear. But let me be much more upfront with you. Should you be defeated by the Tempers this night, one of them shall end up going free instead of one of you. It is as simple as that. What then is to be done? The very same as if we achieve victory, we await next such opportunity and make the most of it. Tonight our plan is set in motion. We are united in our cause. We shall look as ever toward the stars for guidance, and seize upon our future chances just as they arise. Current probability of success 20%. Oh boy. So look up, my boy, and set aside your doubts. It is time to take great strides along the path. Oh boy. Your story shall continue regardless of the outcome of this or any right. You need but see it through.
Many years have passed since last the Nightwings gained the summit of the sacred mountain and stood upon the fall of Solium. You are to be commended for your guidance, reader, but only if you can prevail in this liberation rite. Here you stand to gain much more than some enlightenment. Your adversaries are none other than the Tempers. I trust they need no
I think I need a little bit of introduction, huh?
One among you shall regain their freedom.
What if I send the imp out first? The pyres burn. Each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. I concur. The pyres burn. Each of the triumvirates is present and prepared. Then, anointed one of the Tempers, come forth now and declare yourself, and pay any respects you have to your adversaries, the Nightwings. A mass of demons swaggers into view. He reaches for his mask. You already know who I am. But look at what we got here. The damned Nightwings decided to show up. Almost figured we were never gonna see the day again. You know, it takes notice of someone in your ranks. Hey, you! He indicates Jadariel. She scoffs back at him. Who's the mask? Ain't seen one of our own ages. Not in those damn robes. Jadariel's hesitation is almost imperceptible before she removes her mask, just as her adversary asked. Satisfied. Whoa, you must be new. Jadariel soon puts her mask back on. Enough talk. I like you, curly horns. Tell you what, once we put out your lights, you come along with these guys. We're gonna have a spot open. Only shame is I ain't gonna be around to show you a good time. I'd rather cut out my own tongue. Oh, you don't mean that. Our kind, we ought to stick together. Now come on. Ignarius throws his mask back on, and his allies snarl at the rest of you. Are they all demons? No, okay. We got a demon, a snake, and a... Reader, this is it. The first companion who you choose shall be anointed to go free this very night if you prevail. The other two in the triumvirate shall lend their aid. As you know, only the most enlightened in the rites are eligible to go free. Not all among you may be ready yet. Now go, Nightwings. I would have your decision. Wait.
Who most deserves their freedom?
Okay. So yeah, it's the people who have higher level, the highest level. What if I send the imp out first? Imp, go free! Go free, imp! Oh man. See, the problem is that they have high experience for a reason. It's because I've been using them. So Rookie. Excellent choice, chum. Let's get me out of here. Then the Gate Guardian looks upon you and your adversaries. Very well, then. Under the watch of the 8 scribes, here are the stakes of this eve's liberation rite. Should the Nightwings prevail, the one called Rookie Greentail shall be liberated. Should the Tempers prevail, the exiled Ignarius shall go free instead. She then turns to you. Now who among the Nightwings shall complete your triumvirate to strive alongside Rookie Greentail and see his return in glory? Let's get Pam. You got it, reader darling. And probably Headwind, actually. I just don't know how to play the worm. I need to practice.
Headwind.
This is a bad team. Sounds good. Now let's bring Rookie home.
It is done.
Very well. The 8 scribes accept your choices, reader of the Nightwings. She then indicates to the lone minstrel. Now are you prepared yourself, Tarek? Aye, Celeste. Then let us all begin. Nightwings! I've been waiting an awful long time to get out of this hole. Try and stop me.
Commence.
Ooh, they've got a healthy flame. Beep. Oh, I see. If you fling the orb, you don't get deleted. Woo. You good for nothing Nightwings. skip out on us for years and years and show up all of a sudden like you're gonna let somebody out for once. Now we gotta work for it, I guess. Damn it. Used to be the best. At this, at least. But now, the pressure's getting to me. I can't believe it's getting to me. Oh, Moira. I doubt you'd recognize me anyway. Come on, Nightwings. Let's see it. Keep it up. Oh. No! It wasn't a perfect game. Beep, beep. Whoops. Alright, Headwind. I believe in you.
The Nightwings proved their worth.
Home free.
As for their adversaries, they did not. Thus ends the liberation rite. And thus, the scribes have chosen. The exile appointed by the Nightwings shall be free. Absolved of all misdeeds, return to glory in the Commonwealth. His adversary and all others shall remain to carry out their rightful sentences.
Goodbye, Rookie. What a joke. We should have had this. You should have had this. Got all rusty. You've been waiting for so damn long. Nightwings. Be seeing you around, I guess. And next time, you ain't gonna be so lucky. Goodbye, Rookie. We're gonna miss you. So, what now? I guess I'm supposed to jump to this waterfall thing back here and then... That's it. Home free. Home free. Something comes over him then. Now listen to me, chums. Don't any of you go thinking you're gonna miss me, yeah? Gonna do just fine. Even without a Rookie Green Tail there to keep an eye on you all the time. And the rest of you are just a bunch of slowpokes and all that. Me, I'm gonna be busy drinking myself silly on Commonwealth stock. I'm sure I'm soon gonna forget each and every one of you. Just in case I don't, be sure to stop by and visit me sometime if you get back there too. Just look for old Mama Greentail's shop, right in the heart of town. You can't miss it. Yeah, stop by, say hi, you know? Now I think I gotta go, so excuse me. He drops into the shimmer pool and disappears within, although you can still hear him going on about something. Well, let me tell you, it's weird in here. Let's start. Wait, no. Ah! Rookie earned his freedom. May he return in glory.
Godspeed, Rookie Greentail. The 8 scribes are ever merciful. By their grace, the cycle of the rites may soon commence again.
Hey, well, Tamitha, I'll soon be catching up with you with this, whether you like it or not. Alright, Pamitha, what can you do? Moves faster after killing somebody, that's good. Faster flight, I like that. More dashing, yes, I like that. These taunt skills, I need to get better at those. Pamitha permanently gains 8 quickness. Oh, dear. Or +4 to quickness, presence, and hope. Okay. Casting her aura, she can trigger an aura burst to banish nearby adversaries. If Pamitha is banished while she has the move speed, she has twice as much regen. Or half respawn time. Ease. I like move speed. That's
The 8 scribes
move speed
gave
seems
their
pretty decent in
freedom
this game.
so that we may yet have ours.
Look to the stars for the next such opportunity. After your victory over the Tempers and the Liberation Rite, you return to your wagon to decide how to proceed from here. I miss him already. It's quieter now, but we'll see Ruki again if we persevere. Our journey's only now begun in earnest. We just need to make a few last preparations while we're here. What about the stars? Can we afford the time? About that. Reader, go see for yourself. The sky over Mount Elodiel is much darker than you would expect. Your thoughts are with Ruki as you look towards the heavens. Gaze into the darkness of night. Can we go any? We can't. There's nothing. It's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing. No stars are shining. The stars revealed nothing, did they not? You confirm his suspicions. It's as the book foretells. This is the chance we need to make ready for what lies ahead. There's a haven south of here. We'll travel at dawn, and then, when the stars decide to shine for us again, we'll be ready. Mark my words. Hey, Gilman. After the Liberation Rite, you find Sir Gilman in an uncharacteristically quiet and contemplative mood. He salutes you crisply with his tail. Glory to you, Master Rita, and to the noble Ruki Greentail. Long may he prosper in the Commonwealth. And in so doing, may he benefit the plan to which we have all been thrust. 26%, oh dear. Then he falls silent for a time. You sense him growing very emotional. In noble Ruki, this knight found a kindred spirit, Master Rita. One of questionable honor, the greatest cunning. Such blinding speed is to befit a minstrel's tale. This knight fears our triumvirate lost something irreplaceable in him. Of course, that knight is also pleased Ruki achieved his freedom, very much so. And furthermore, this knight shall continue training ever harder than before. Ruki Greentail! This knight shall train on until such a time as he is swifter than the jagged lightnings of the deathless tempest. Now, Master Rita, this knight must beg his leave of you, for it is time not for his rest, but for his training. Know that he is very grateful for you and your guidance in these rites. Between yourself and Master Ruki, you have instilled within this knight an unshakable resolve. He bows low and bids you a good evening. Cool. Status liberated. I still have 2 songs I haven't unlocked. Alright, well, let's, Good morning, my boy. The place I noted earlier. Let me illuminate the way. Moonlight Alcove. Wolfred leads all of you into a calm and quiet clearing, tucked away inside of the mountain's hidden folds. All about, you see a variety of strange items and equipment. Hey, Wolfred. You find Wolfred seemingly lost in thought, but then he turns to you. Greetings, Rita. This wagon and I. We've many memories together, and I could not help reliving some of them just now. I suppose some aspects of my past may be of relevance to you, given your role. If there is something you wish to know, you need but to ask. How do you know the Lone Minstrel? You ask Wolfred about his history with the lone minstrel, who he seems to know quite well. Tarek was there with the Nightwings when they took me on. His manner has always been much as how you've seen. Although he is somewhat more cheerful now than I recall back then, if you can believe that. I think our plan has sparked a little fire in him. He serves the Rights and the Nightwings, and I've tried to ask him of his past before, but he seems rather reluctant to speak of it, though it is plain he's not from around here. This being the downside, I respect his wishes for some privacy. Nonetheless, although I do not know too much of him, I count him as a friend. I lost track of him for some time, though it was he who first informed me that the Nightwings had returned. He and Tizo were instrumental in our meeting. It's been good to see him doing relatively well, anyway. Was there anything else you wish to talk about for now? I don't think I want to ask that. That seems a little... Like, let me know about the Nightwings. Tell me about the Nightwings. You expressed interest in knowing more of how the Nightwings came to be and Wolfred's past connection to the group. I have been connected to the Nightwings almost since the beginning of my days in exile. They found me in a manner, as I understand, quite like how Hedwyn and the others found you. Back then, it was a smaller group than we have now. I joined an exile called Erisa, and another known as Oralek. Once in a while, we let little Tizo stand with us as well. He is rather older than he looks. The other triumvirates we stood against, they feared us. Only the Tempers presented any threat to us in any given right, but it was a terrible accident. Erisa, we lost her. And Oralek, he was my friend. He fell from Mount Elodiel. We lost him as well, on the night when he was to be free. We were reckless, hasty, and I was powerless to stop any of it. I blamed the Rights themselves, the circumstances that put us into danger. The downside has claimed many lives, yet this, it was too much. I vowed never again to don the mask and raiments. I had the Black Wagon cleared and buried, so that it could not be used again. If the Nightwings would rise again, it would be under different circumstances, under new leadership and towards a different purpose. That is all I wish to say of this, my boy. Alright. You asked Wolfred about his past in the Commonwealth and how it is he came to be in the downside. How rather forward of you, my boy. Most of whom I have met during my travels have been reluctant to approach the subject of one's history before one's exile. Nonetheless, I am happy to tell you. As a reader, I assume you are familiar with the stamping press. An illegal invention allowed written materials to be published at an extraordinary rate. In 1617 AS, I assume that's after Solium Mur, the Commonwealth was under siege from within and anti-theocratic propaganda was spread. I took issue with the Commonwealth, the ban on literacy, the interminable wars against the high-wing remnants. I spread the truth about it all with my machine. Under pseudonym, of course. Still, I knew I was putting myself at risk, and sure enough, my stamping press was eventually discovered and burned to the ground. I, however, managed to elude capture for a while, but not for long enough. Here, in the downside, I chanced upon the Nightwings, who were searching for a reader. In that respect, my past, I think, is similar to yours. Anyway, that is the long and short of it. Now then, was there anything else? Nah. Later, Ming. Be thankful for the first time, and get a good rest of the afternoon. Likewise to you, Rita. Be well. Thanks, Tree Man. Anything new in the book? Nothing new in the book. Alright. I guess I'm biding my time. I'm biding my time. Everyone, the amenities are modest here at the Moonlight Alcove, but I suggest you get comfortable. We may be here for some time. As for myself, I have some business to attend to. Please leave the wagon in my care for now. It shall be ready by when you next need it. Wait, you're taking the wagon? From the mountaintop, you can see all across the downside. It's impossible expanse staring back at you. The thought occurs that you may never see another land besides it. And so you and your companions wait upon the mountaintop in quiet solitude, anticipating when the cycle of rights begins to turn again. Then you shall have another opportunity to free one of your own. You may earn back their freedom one by one. Many moons pass, and then one evening. May I have a moment, reader? The lone minstrel finds you poring over the Book of Rights. New chapters! As you have as has been your leaning through your stay at this abode. Begging your pardon, but there is something you may wish to see. Please follow me. You follow him into the cold night. Look forth, reader, sir. The stars shine like you have never seen. Once more, the path towards salvation is revealed, but now something is different. Can I do challenge? But that's a black hole. Oh, I can choose. Each prior time you search the stars, they showed a single path, but now several rites avail themselves to you at once. Henceforth, you may choose several different rites. So wait, we had Horus against Udmilda, Milith against Lendl, and Haub against Sir Deluge. Let's fight this idiot. The stars urge that we go to the pit of Milith, long way off. Wolfrid, sir, how are we to reach the pit of Milith in due time, of course? You know full well, Tarek. Preparations are complete. You think you see the lone minstrel smile, ever faintly, but cannot be sure. Please ask the others to gather their belongings, rest, and then assemble at the wagon there at dawn. We shall be departing at that time. As you will, sir. The cycle begins anew. As the years advance, you'll find there ought to be fewer rites this time until once more we are able to traverse Scribe's Gate. Exactly how many it is to say, but our next chance at liberty might present itself much sooner than before, so let's be ready for it. Now then, see you in the morning, reader. Your companions have not traveled far from Moonlight Alcove. Word of the news soon spread throughout the group. Is it an airship now? Is the black wagon an airship now? This old wagon is more than it appears. With Bertrude's aid, it escorted you across the sea. To me. Now it shall escort us anywhere the stars require. Come and see. Well, something has changed about the wagon's interior. What looked before to be old cracks and signs of age now expose various intricate components once hidden from view. You are the Nightwings. You should travel in their customary way. He turns to you, indicating levers and devices marked with symbols from the book. Now, reader, whenever you are ready, you may take us up. I'll show you how, and everyone else, hang on to something. Take off! And the synthwave kicks in! By the Underking! Impossible. Oh, by the scribes! The Nightwings sails the skies again, wheresoever the stars may call for them. There is one catch. The downside provides few locales suitable for landing, though we should be able to find at least a couple landing places near to where we're going. We'll make way by land, sea, toward our destination. Now, without further ado, let us proceed. The black wagon can now fly. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's free roam. New. Oh, no. Oh, wait. The Dissidents? Wait. Hold up. Oh, right, these guys. Oi, what the bloody blazes? Barker notices your wagon at his flank and begins to laugh. Well, if it isn't the Nightwings flaunting their fancy little flying wagon, eh? You think you're better than us, mates, eh? Bah, you ain't better than the dung I stepped in last night. Now get out of here. Have a mind to leap on over there, rip your gizzards out. You hear me? Hey, why are you able to... Oh, all the wagons are just out in the world now. That... I like that. I really like that. Oh. We are very, 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 very high above the waters, if this knight is not mistaken. This knight's brethren lurk beneath the surface there, in numbers untold. Fortunately, if we were to come crashing to the surface now, then this knight, why, he would receive a watery burial in the custom of his kind. Wait, have there been points of interest all over the place? Below, amid the desolation of flagging hands, you see Big Bertrude's from which you first embarked by sea. You wonder how its venerable proprietor is faring. I am certain Big Bertrude must have left a strong impression on you all. She is not easy to forget. I've known her since before my exile, or hers. She's been here a long time. I've since sent my agents to repay her for assisting you and send her our regards. The old wagon must have been in need of some repairs. I want to go talk to Big Bertrude. The gloom hangs thick above the pit of Millith, and all around it. You are brave to seek your adversaries here again, reader. Many in the downside believe it to be nothing other than a foul den. They take the tales of Islak Astralborn to be mythology, embellished through the retelling over time. You have met others, such as Witch Udmilda, who believe otherwise, although whichever their beliefs, I do not know. I know of none who would go near the place unless the stars demanded it. Thus shall your right against the accusers take place in complete secrecy, as always the rights have. Alright, I can land at Coldmoat or Plaguemont. Or Fallowfield. Oh wait, I lost I lost Rookie's charm, didn't I? No! An expedient path, cash money, Stardust. You return to the dismal region known as the Flagging Hands. Straight away, you sense an air of dread, yet cling to hope that you may make your stay as brief as possible. You and the others check the wagon from top to bottom for any signs of wear. Pamela double-checks the air brakes and reports they are working as expected. Edwin finds the cabin pressurizer acting up again, causing him concern. A swift kick makes the problem go away, for now, leaving you all with some time to yourselves before the day is done. Nonetheless, the dismal environs soon take their toll on everyone. Yeah, minus hope, longer respawn times. F. Beyond a Crystal Seek's headwind. Oh, it's gone. I love all just like the little stuff that you can interact with. Sir Gilman is shivering there after the Black Wagon's maiden voyage through the skies. Master Reader, this knight is very, very slightly out of sorts, is all. He merely appears terrified, but he assures you that his seeming cowardice is but an optical illusion in this case. Pamitha overhears and joins you. Flying's not for everyone, Sir Knight. This knight heartily concurs, though how anyone at all can stand it he has yet to understand. Well, let's see, what's it like to swim in the waters of the Sea Dominion? Ah, those glorious murky waters, engulfed in hideous warfare to be sure, but otherwise, a joy to cut across to feel the coolness of the waves beneath one's gill slits and the like. Though, this knight is now accustomed to his life above the surface. Flying's just the same, Sir Knight. It resists those of us not born to it. I, in turn, have wondered what your seas are like, but the thought of swimming fills me with disgust. Though I haven't had to swim, and now you have to fly. That's very brave of you, and you've handled it better than some of the harp fledglings I've met in my day. You'll get used to it. She departs, but you sense Sir Gilman is feeling better after the exchange. Hey, Sir Gilman, you've got the hope up. There you are again, my lovely reader. How may I be of service? Well, who exactly did you have in mind? Oh, cool. I didn't lose Rookie's talisman. Good. Here, hold that. Sure. You asked Sandra to administer one of her special trials for Hedwig. Ah, you must be that nomad boy. So innocent, that one. Should have a lot of work to do with him. Then, let us bring him forth. Soon, Hedwin appears in heat of the summons. Hey, my friend, what's going on? The apparition Sandra appears and unfastens her mask. Listen well, boy, you answer to me here. Understood. You are a fool. Do not talk back to me. Your reliance on your friends is such a burden upon them. Let's see what you can do without their aid, save for that lovely reader there. Alright, so we've got... Wait. Alright, learn how to play the basic character this time. Son of a gun. Jump, you fool! Oh, right. I gave him the orb. Oh, son of a gun. I gave him the fling power. Faster charge time when flinging. That actually seems really good. Jump. Jump. Well, that was fast. How'd you catch that? Oh, into the fire. Throw yourself into the fire, Headwind. Did it. It seems you did indeed, boy. Your performance was sufficient, and you passed my test. Thus, congratulations are in order to you and to your lovely reader. Now, farewell. Themes of the downside were once common folk, transformed by years of exile. How sad. Good to be back after all that. Say, what's that you have there? Goals Bracer. Headwind power casts his aura with greater ease and gains infinite stamina on hit. 2 seconds. Okay. Exhibits a flagrant disregard for natural law, thus providing light entertainment. Bye. Alright, lore. Oh. Okay. The words of Jormer Minimane, the Alpha Chief. Once I too roamed free. I remember well those days in which I was called chief. I traveled all the world over on my 4 good paws and was well adored. I wanted to grow stronger. Here, at last, I have. I shall not mince my words. This place shall either harden you or kill you. It shall haunt you with your old memories. You share the exile's plight. My charge is to alleviate the sting of it for a little bit, and to prolong your stay, but only for as long as you need. Your charge is to return. We call this place the downside for a reason, but in time, here you can learn to eat, to seek out shelter, and to find a certain beauty in unlikely places. Is that the only page? I think that's the only page of that one. Down the river, the hunt for myrrh, the demon, mercy shown. Yeah, no other page there. Forsaken lands, in the words of Molten Millith, the Wild Witch. Years upon long years we spent distilling life essence from many things, which all once writhed under the auspices of their mortality, which we ourselves cut short. In this we have no regrets, for we learned much, and so we think did they. We earned the title Witch and were forced to flee into the downside. Here, we encountered Solium Myrrh, and soon we gained an understanding of each other. He bade us circumnavigate these lands and catalog our findings. We felt a strong desire to expose the secrets of this land. He wished to yield benefit to those who followed in our wake. Indulge us both, then. Beyond the valley lies the Flagging Hands, which could be called a swamp if an entire sea could be merely a lake. Soon after our arrival, several of us fell into a dark despair. Such were the environs. I found it rather fascinating, though. It held aspects reminiscent of the southern bogs we dwelt in as a tad. We grew accustomed to the dampness of the air and grew to savor certain twigs and beetles. It can be said the Flagging Hands are an acquired taste, recommendable only for those of our same bent, or perhaps the downside's native imps. The sea surrounded the environs on three sides, appearing insurmountable at first. Mount Elodial. Gaining the summit of the sacred Mount Elodial involved no small amount of sacrifice and sorcery in varying proportion. The mountain's energies were palpable, a sensation that we felt indescribable. The lands we stood upon were closer than the stars than the world we knew. It was upon this highest point at the downside that we first made efforts to concoct this tome, which you now read. It was there that we were stricken with a vision of the cycle of the rites and felt, together, for the first, a sense of freedom unlike any we had experienced before. But that is a subject which our comrades shall illuminate in greater detail. Lore! Okay. Wow. Celestial landmarks, in the words of Luce Glory and 100 Minds the Scholar. You feel a kinship with the stars. You owe everything to them, perhaps, one day even your freedom. I chased the stars across the river of my genealogy until they led me here. I demanded they explain to me the paradox of knowledge, for how is it something can be shared, but still contained within ourselves in its entirety? The stars did not respond, but set me on a quest. I sought the 9 landmarks, which they should be revealed to me, so that someday I would reveal their mysteries to you. These landmarks, emissaries of the stars, are 9 lenses through which we see the land and see ourselves in a new light. Book of Rites. Much can be said about the Sisters of the Arch, whom we banished to the great beyond for deeds irredeemable. Suffice it that the details of their banishment are written in this book. The sisters and the book became inseparable. Not unlike the stars, their light and the infinite darkness that engulfs them. The stars communicate to us and you in turn. Their words within the book are but an edifice, a simple surface. Look past the text to the hidden meaning, to the hidden power. The stars above, they are not mere lights, they are not mere words. If you chance upon the Sisters of the Arch within their prison here, give them our thanks. Okay. 9 triumvirates, in the words of Haub the Swallow, the Accursed. At first I found it much too difficult to read, much less write, even to grasp the quill, but the horned one, Myrrh, implored me. He said this is the greatest gift that he could give me in return. In return for what? I asked. In return for his life, he said. But I did not save your life, I said. Yes, you did, he said. We fight about this still. Myrrh is stubborn, more than I. Now, herein, and by his leave, I chronicle the 9 triumvirates, for I am of this land, unlike the rest who wish to leave. We knew not everyone could leave who wanted. Seldom would opportunity arise, and thus did we organize striving for the chance into 9 sets of 3. Right. The words of Tristis Tithys, the Blessed One, the harp scribe. We, the 8, assembled here together in the downside, and we gave our freedom so that you may yet have yours. It is an exchange that we have not lightly made. It is my charge to ensure that you, should you regain your freedom, first off, recognize its qualities and also use it wisely. You do not need a pair of wings in order to be free. My own wings. I once thought that they could take me anywhere, and then they took me here, where I am bound. It is your charge to be free, and to not make the same mistakes. Spring from here and learn from what we did, and build a new and great society, a free society with wings spread wide for everyone. 149 pages. This is the readable text. I can't read for this long. Okay. Well, Ruki got sent to heaven. Alright, let's tend the broken land. The bog dwellers living here are in desperate need of aids with withering crops. You follow the lone minstrel in pursuit of what you came to find. The bog dwellers of Flagging Hands are some of the only creatures that can stand it here, and even they just barely. This particular region is the agricultural heart of the area, but as you can see, there's little left to harvest. Perhaps, though, you can help them plant a stronger crop. The lone minstrel leads you to a sad little patch of mud. He leans down and speaks to the earth. Hail, O bog dweller, I have brought you a reader. Tell him what you need. Some sort of creature shambles forth. With broken hands, it points you to a collection of foul seeds and simple garden tools. It is work familiar to you, and to your surprise, the soil is rich and fertile. Grains and other crops could grow. Planting job proves simple enough. It is almost relief from your travels. It is a modest effort on your part, yet the bog dweller seems elated. As much can be said of a creature. It insists on paying you for its assist. Ooh, plus 5 Stardust. Ooh. Well, let's go. Let's look at that. Let's look at that. Jody, I assume this will plus it by 1. 2. Ooh. A level 20 talisman. Make Jody the fastest demon in the world. This raises that to a 45% chance of instant res, which might not actually be bad. If I level that to 20, is it just gonna be 100%? Like, Tizo gets infinite flight if that's at 100, or if that's at level 20? And what is this gonna do? Plus 2? Yeah, plus 2. Wait, yeah, you already have... Yeah, you already have increased orb stuff. Headwind. What do I want to... Falcon Ron's not around, is he? No, Falcon Ron's not around. Let's move on. Maybe Ron will be at the next checkpoint. Yep. Page revealed, the Pit of Millith, and the 8 scribes. Oh good, more reading. Time for more reading. The 8 scribes. Words of Golothanian, the Master General. We found each of the others in due time by fate, not by coincidence. The wise Lusglorian stood among the trees, gazing at the stars, expecting us. The wild witch Millith was so enthralled by my liege's utter transformation, she stayed her sorceries. Blessed-born Triesta swooped down upon us, but to warn of an imminent attack, the many-made Yomer thus intervened, and shared with us his humor and his hunt. Even the Under-King Oris himself sought out an audience with us. Thus we became the 8, and journeyed on together. Oris, is that the worm scribe? Maybe. Pit of Millith. There is one celestial landmark in which I would never wish to tread, unless, of course, the stars beseech me to. It has to be the pit. 'Twas dark in there beyond all reckoning. If not for Millith's sorceress lantern, all of us, we all would have been lost. What lies within the pit is not to be invoked, although I have no doubt our goodly Underking shall be unable to prevent himself from boasting of how Millith sealed it there for an entire age. The thing yet lies there, on the edge of death, though its connection to the stars gives the pit significance. Walk there with courage and a steady mind. So we got ancient eldritch horrors hiding just beneath the pit. Wait, what are these mushrooms? Ah! Well, they're mine now. Take a chug of Pameth's moonshine and get going. Ron.
Hey, Cat. Well, let me let you in on something real quick. Now, I happen to have heard that Master Greendale's moved on to something like that, right? I just want you to know he was one of my favorite customers. Because of that, I'll give you the same great deals, okay?
Alright, what do we got? Flinging the orb does bonus damage. Okay. I wish I could see how that levels up. After dousing, right. Restore your pyre when you heal. Actually, I could probably sell this then. Since Ruki's gone, he's free. He's liberated. And he's never coming back. Some more level up stuff. Maximum range plus hope. So respawn time down. Get that up to 50. Yeah, I wonder. Level up Hope's wing. Sure, we'll just... I want to get that to a nice multiple of 5, because that's how I roll. Everyone's got a talisman? Everyone's got a talisman.
Must be a lucky day here.
I don't know what, Dad. Alright, commence the rite! Here among the poisoned lands of the Pit of Millith, you await the signal of the stars. It is there is no sign of your expected adversaries, the accusers. Willem Tizo flutters up to you. Tizo cautions that he has some history with your next adversary, Lendl. Seems to be indicating that Lendl has a personal vendetta against him. But before he can explain anything further, the stars begin to call to you. So does that mean Tizo is not going to participate? Or that Tizo has to participate? So I can see it going either way. Tizo wants blood. Each of the celestial landmarks where the rites take place has its own distinct layout and properties that may influence the outcome.
Reader, ever persevering, aren't we? Well then, rejoice, because the cycle of the rites begins anew.
Thanks, Squidward.
Perhaps you'll liberate another soon enough. Your chosen adversaries here shall be the accusers. Reduce their flame to ash, just as you did when last you met. Now, who exactly shall oppose them?
Companions are assembled and ready for the rites to commence. However, there is still no sign of your adversaries. Violent Tizo screeches something, cautioning you to stay alert. But then someone leaps from the shadows. He grabs at his mask. Aha! Caught you, you miserable beast! I knew it! After all this time, I knew that you were still among their ranks. Tizo is angry to have stumbled into a apparent trap laid for him by Lendl. Silence, friend. You robbed me of my freedom, my dignity. Your evil shall be ended here and now. And now, Nightwings shall not deny me thus again. Come then, my accusers, for we face none other than the spawn of the accursed imp, Haub the Shallow. Swallow. Let us show him now that he is a disgrace. Like the direct spawn of Haub? Or like what? Whatever transpired between him and Lendl in the past, Lendl evidently has not let it go. Ooh, plus 35. Oh, now they've got relics. Come, accusers. Let us make clear to those fools we are stronger now than ever. You sense Lendl speaks the truth. The accusers are more capable than before. Yep, now they get talismans and masteries. Do not underestimate them. What do we got? Okay, so yeah, he's got a level 35. Okay, sure. With stamina boost. Okay, Nomad. With deal 6 more. While the Bear's Pyre has more. Oh, that's a good synergy there. Gains more stamina and power casting, and the same. Stamina and power casting. Okay. Consider the Nightwings. Headwind. Let's get... Lay?
Sir Gilman.
What is this? Upload ability.
Lay.
Terios?
I don't like the way that Lendl spoke to Tizo. Tizo is my friend. Nightwings! The wicked fiend you serve is an affront. He denied my rightful freedom in my moment of triumph. I shall never forgive him or any of you. Wow, buddy. Let it go.
Now begin.
Alright, you dummy.
Now. A favorable start.
Wait, I've got... Edwin has all the orb throwing stuff. Why am I jumping into the fire with him? So what do I do? Oh. How do I... I don't know how to play with Gilman. He's... I don't know.
The two flames now burn equally as bright. Shall it be on?
Alright, sure. Oh, hey, look, my encoding is going crazy. There's no, like, graphical settings?
The Nightwings now are closer to achieving victory. There. Beauteous.
Alright, cool. Dummy. Ah, no!
Merely a glancing blow.
Hey, the ball still went in. Edwin. How does Gilman shoot? Jump into the fire. How does Gilman shoot? No, not again. I can't lose to you again. This can't be happening to me. Dude, it's happening again. Jump into the fire. Into the fire.
No more than a lick of flame remains. Poor Lendl.
Ooh. Oh hey, sweet, her thing trick. I need to take Gilman into a training room, figure out how to play him.
The Nightwings prevail yet again. And what a crushing victory it was.
Gilman, I think, works better when he doesn't have the orb.
The ceremony is complete.
Because his whole thing is that as he moves, he leaves his aura behind him. But if you have the ball, you don't have an aura. Tizo is pleased that you prevailed, but wishes to make a quick exit at this time. Where did he go? Where did he go? That infernal imp! It is a monster in disguise, a fiend, come to torment me until the day I die. Lendl storms off in a fit of anger. What a nerd. Tizo reappears when the coast is clear and expresses his gratitude again. Tezos truly is a descendant of Haub the Swallow, and he has quite a legacy to live up to.
Bask now in the wisdom of the scribes.
I still think it's hilarious that Jodariel is so large that her head covers her experience bar.
The 8 scribes, they so inspire me, and now I feel I have grown somewhat closer to them, maybe?
Choose a mastery for light. Alright, so what's her ultimates? If she's banished while jumping, she will return to the origin of the jump. While grasping the orb, she sprints and jumps without using stamina. I actually kind of like that one, but... ooh. Okay. Jumps and power jumps further than usual. I think I might take that one. Because if she can run and not get caught, that's pretty good.
Desperate for honor, this
Huzzah!
may yet learn something.
Great wisdom clouds over this knight's entire consciousness.
Sir Gilman. Sir Gilman and all his allies are banished. He shall instantly return. That, I mean, I can see how that's helpful. Yeah, so it seems like Gilman is definitely a defensive. Depths of the Sea Sojourner. Tactics of the Underking. After he... Oh! Yeah! So, Gilman's definitely a defensive character. Oh, taunt skills. Taunt skills are good. For 10 seconds after banishing an adversary, Sir Gilman deals an extra 10 to the adversary's pyre. Wow. I think I'll take this one, though.
Sea sojourner
Yeah.
until the next round.
Interesting. You return to the wagon after you and your fellow exiles overcame the accusers to find Wolfred waiting for you there. Well done back there, my boy. You are serving your companions well. Now then, I've something I wish to share with you, if you have a moment. We have discussed the plan, 28%, of which we're all a part. I have a means for measuring our progress towards the goal of it. I'd like for you all to take a look at it. First, let's determine where the rites may take us next. Look forth. I expect you shall see several shining stars, whereas once you saw but one. The stars beckon! Alright, we've got Aub, Blue, Triesta. Several shining stars. A trick of the eye, or the will of the scribes? Who can say? I, too, once gained this newfound vision many years ago, following my first liberation rite. And I believe only we of the Nightwings have this gift. I realized in choosing whom the Nightwings confront in each rite, we, in turn, influence which triumvirate we face when the time comes for someone to be set free. The object I invite you to use contains further detail. Wolfred's Planner. Look upon it now! Oh, my. Oh my. Using Wolfred's Planner, you may assess your progress towards your ultimate goal, as well as check the standings of your adversaries. Wolfred shall keep this information up to date with the remainder of your quest. You may look at it now or any time in the Black Wagon while searching the stars. Ours is the triumvirate against which all others are judged. The withdrawn, defilers of the right, who forsake the scribes for a profane monster. The essence, prisoners of war, whose hatred for the Commonwealth runs deep. The fate, they cling to the belief that the scribes are watching over them. The dissidents, chaotic firebrands, unconcerned about what is at stake in all of this. The chastity, corrupted opportunists, use the rights for selfish gain. The pyre hearts, once known for their spirit or bravery, now craven laughing stock. The accusers, their righteous traditions have given way to ruthlessness and spite. And the tempers, prideful at having prevailed more than all other triumvirates combined, but they're not even like the highest win-loss ratio. Oh man. This is going to be a lot longer of a game than Transistor or Bastion. Cool. Let's fight the Pyre Hearts, fight the Withdrawn, or fight the Essence. So wait, who's high up on the Essence and the Withdrawn are also both pretty high up. I just don't know what favor, like what determines their favor. Triumvirate with the highest favorite right. Favor is earned by prevailing in the rights. After a liberation right, the favor resets to 0. That's why they're at 0. Right. Our favor's infinite, because we're cool. So we're literally ordained by God. Let's go fight the Essence. So we're to have another brush with Tamitha. Perhaps she'll spare me yet another moment of her time. She's here because of me, and I'm here for her. Tamitha tells you more of your next adversary, her own blood sister. Tamitha Thane, a harp of the Highwing remnants, raised from birth to excel in outwitting and outmaneuvering her enemies. She seems driven by her hatred for the Commonwealth. After retreating to the mountains centuries ago, the harps refused to join the Commonwealth, and this old tension boiled over into raids, skirmishes, or all-out war. Flight tacticians such as Tamitha gave the Highwing remnants a swift and powerful military presence to this day, despite the harp's small numbers. She once hatched ambitious plans to overthrow the Commonwealth, breaching its defenses so her sisters could rain down untold destruction. On the darkest night of the year, she led a daring infiltration mission deep into her enemy's lands. It almost worked. However, she was betrayed by someone very close to her, someone branded a Commonwealth sympathizer, Tamitha. Tamitha was caught, clipped, and subsequently exiled as a prisoner of war. But being trapped within the downside only stoked her fury. I wound up here not too long afterwards. Anyway, it's complicated. What happened between us? What I did for her own good, and that of all our sisters. Though I'm beginning to doubt that Tamitha will ever see it that way. Well, I suppose. But for now, I'd best try to catch what sleep I'm able. Pleasant dreams then, darling. You bid goodnight to Tamitha in return. No time to make flight preparations, though in the morning the Black Wagon will press onward. Hey Tizo, what's up? Tizo has seemed somewhat less cheerful since his run-in with Lendl and the accusers. He approaches you, waiting for you to hear him out. He seems unhappy about something Lendl said to him. He understands full well why Lendl is angry with him. While Tizo does not like Lendl as a person, he recognizes nonetheless that he denied his freedom. It was a liberation right. He did what he felt was necessary. He wanted to help his friend go free. Nonetheless, he feels a certain guilt and regrets the rights force exiles into such situations. He falls silent for a while. Whether the 8 scribes ever intended for imps such as he to participate in the rites firsthand is difficult to know for certain. Then, Tizo is grateful to you for listening. He knows the scribes created the rites with good intentions. He promises to keep doing his best to live up to the legacy of the scribes. He bounds up into the rafters after some of the other drive imps. Regardless of whether he truly is a descendant of Haub the Swallow, surely the scribes would have been proud of him. Ah, that's the planner. Burp, 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 burp. Okay. Lore. A lot of lore, a lot of reading. The Accusers. The Accusers formed under Golothanian. He is a big man. He values justice, loyalty, and steadfastness. Golothanian, he says that the Accusers take their name from his most accomplished legions, from his former military days. All among them, in fact, served the Master General at one time. They presented the stoutest-hearted people of the Empire, who held true to Myr and to Golothanian in the end. The golden colors of their raiments are reminiscent of their old shining armor, is his claim. Ever shall they seek out those with the truest spirits and the strongest sense of purpose to replenish their ranks. Ding, 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 ding. No, come back down. Come back down. All right. I think that's actually going to do it for me for the day. A lot of reading. This game is really fun, but the whole reading really gets in my throat. So let's put some music on. Still don't have these two. Let's I mean, I don't know. Liberation, Never to Return has become my favorite song from the soundtrack. It seems to be the way it is with me and these Supergiant games, is that I mean, they're all the music is great, but just there's always that one or two that just stick out. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. Wait, I need to... Oh no, the game isn't borderless windowed. That's okay, I can... Freedom can wait, and I can just go over here to iTunes, where I have all the songs, click the outro button, scroll up here, Life Sentence, Path to Glory, Downside Ballad, Downriver. It was Downriver? No, it was Downriver. Let's go with the Vagrant song. Anyway, hey, thanks for tuning in. I'll probably be back Monday afternoon for more Final Fantasy VI. In Kefka's Tower right now, and getting close to the end of the game. Still got a little ways to go, but I'm trying to think if I might be able to make time a little later in the week, but no promises. But definitely Monday afternoon, I'll be back with more Final Fantasy VI. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you around.
Before the salt and roiling sea, the moon began to cry. The valley ran with sorrowful tears and filled the waters high. The misty morning over the brine belies a leaden sky. The stars all hide away from the chill until the evening rise. Oh, 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 the place where Plurna scuttled her foe, the doomed ship still resides. The Titan met her end on its prow, forsaken by the tides. In death she leaves her stain on the place. The tempest never dies. Her final throes and shivers and shakes 1,000 years gone by.